I'm not sure if it's exactly 7 o'clock just yet, but I think we're awfully close to that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and my lords and ladies. My name is Warjna Waleska Kaztjmjr, and I am here to entertain you this evening. Back in the day, when I first joined the SCA, we had, as now, a number of very talented individuals. This evening I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to perform something I did not write. And the reason for that is that back in the day, although there were a number of talented individuals, we were also a little more heavily into trying to do the period pieces of music and all of those things for the arts and sciences. And I learned a number of songs back then, and I really don't want to let those songs die. So I will be performing a piece that I learned back early in my years in the SCA, and we're talking, in some cases, I've been in the SCA longer than you've been alive. So this goes quite a way back. You know me. I tend to like songs and stories where there's a lot of angst and trauma and murders and mayhem, things like that. And this is one of those. This is actually one of my favorites. We do not want to get into Matty Groves at this point, but this is one of the better ones of the pieces that I learned. Back in the day, back in the Middle Ages, they did not have Facebook, iPhones, telephones, TV, radio, any of the communication devices that we have now. They had no way of getting news from one place to another, except by the people who traveled. And some of the people who traveled were troubadours, minstrels, itinerant musicians, people with some talent, some voice, some way of remembering, because that's always going to be a part of tale-telling and news. In case you don't remember how this goes, just watch Fox News today. Some of it is true, some of it is full-on fantasy, some of it is outright lies, but basically the way that it happened, people would go from town to town and they would tell the tale of what's been going on their back trail. So without further ado, my lords, my ladies, good gentles, will you hear the news? There was a maiden lived in York. Oh, the rose on the Lindsey, oh. She fell in love with her father's clerk, down by the greenwood side, yo. She loved him up, she loved him down. Oh, the rose on the Lindsey, oh. She loved him till he lay in her arms, down by the greenwood side, oh. She courted him a year and a day. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh, until her belly did her betray. Down by the greenwood side, oh. She leaned her back up against an oak. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh. But first it burnt and then it broke. Down by the greenwood side, oh. She leaned her back up against a thorn. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh. And she had 2 bonny babes born. Down by the greenwood side, oh. She took her penknife keen and sharp. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh. And she stabbed them to their heart. Down by the greenwood side, oh. She wiped the blade up against her shoe. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh. But more she rubbed, the redder it grew. Down by the greenwood side, oh. One day she's walking her father's hall. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh. She spied 2 babes a-playing at ball. Down by the greenwood side, oh. Oh, babes, and if you were mine. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh. I'd dress you all up in scarlet fine. Down by the greenwood side, oh. Oh, mother, and when we were yours. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh. Scarlet was our own true heart's blood. Down by the greenwood side, oh. Oh, babes, then tell to me. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh. And what my sentence ought to be. Down by the greenwood side, oh. 7 years a bird in the bush. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh. 7 years a fish in the firth. Down by the greenwood side, yo. 7 years the tongue in the warning bell. Oh, the rose and the Lindsey, oh. And 7 years are burning in hell. Down by the greenwood side hill. And I hope you enjoyed that song. Thank you very much for listening. You have a good evening, and may we all be well. Thank you.